So what we're doing now is we're getting ready to go do the temporary podcast. It is, of course, Saturday. And but first, we came here to the park. It's quite pretty out today. And we got a pre-podcast meal like we usually do. We're eating fresh tonight before this podcast. And we're kind of chilling, having a good time. We're actually at the park where Mr. Ubiquitous was filmed. So if we can get a pan over there, you can see that's the courthouse that served as the Better Business Bureau. I really like coming here just because now I can feel a little bit nostalgic about the park. But anyway, we're going to be going home here in a few, and we're going to start working on getting the studio ready because we have a lot of work to do. All right, so now we're back here at the house, and let's go on into the studio. Right now, it's kind of in a state of mess. As you can see, we got things everywhere. There's things on the floor. We have Steph's just lying around. We don't know. Aw. And we got Carrie here. She's doing crap on a laptop. Basically, we're not quite yet ready for podcasting. We are currently ready for some sort of small tornado jamboree. Anyway, come with me. Because after the podcast, we also have to get something else ready. We have to get ready for Hat House Smash, which is now a tradition. Every night after the podcast, we all come out here into the living room. And we have this TV setup here, this good old CRT, webcam on top, microphone down below, and we play Smash against each other for a good hour and a half, a little bit more sometimes. It's just based on how many people we have. So I also have to clean up the living room and make sure that this stream, because look at this, take a look at this. All right, so what do we got under here? It's a computer with computery bits and keyboards and mice and things. It's quite good. So we're going to set it up right there so it's all ready to go for stream right when we're done with the podcast. So we're gonna go and get the studio cleaned up. Perhaps we'll do a time lapse. That would be fantastic. Time lapse. Alright, so at this point we are pretty much all set up in terms of the room, and now we need to get ready digitally for everything. So one of the first things we do is we have a document every single podcast where we put all the confirmed people. This week we have 10 people coming, which is absolutely amazing. And it's really great is we actually have these documents that go back to the third episode of the podcast when it was just me and Alex, back before it was very, very complex. This is before we had the trivia section and everything like that. We had viewer submissions, what I played on the tube, stuff like that. It was quite a different show at that point. But it's upgraded since then, and we have a lot of really cool parts of the show now, and I really like the format we have. And it's really cool, as you can see here, we identify each person by a color, so they know what to say during the show, and we often go very meta in talking about, like, whose color is that? Because, like, some people, like Ashley's and Carrie's, sometimes I got them mixed up and stuff like that. For example, Scott has green this week, and I don't know if I'm going to remember he's green, and the difference between him and Jim, because they're a different shade of green. Anyways, we do need to get stuff ready for the show. So I'm going to open up Adobe After Effects. So we need to have the nameplates that are at the bottom of the screen. Basically, they kind of show, who's who. And you can quickly go and follow them on Twitter. So open up Adobe After Effects right now. This is the Creative Cloud Edition. And it's going to give it a second here. While that launches, I'm actually going to open the temporary podcast file on Premiere as well, which is my other video editor that I have. So it looks like Jim just arrived for the podcast.
Hi.
He's getting all set and ready. Both set and ready, which are two completely different things to do. Anyways, so first off, we need to go here into our After Effects document, and I have one called Brand New, which is let me maximize this here, and you can see here this is what it looks like. We have all the different nameplates at the bottom of the screen. Currently on this one, I have only 9, so I need to make room for a 10th since we're going to have a very full room this week, and I know that I need to move some people around. And so once I do that, I'm able to edit each one of these texts individually and put it in there, and then I can just render it out. I'm not going to go through that because it's going to take me quite a while to actually make it happen. For the actual podcast, the other stuff on Premiere here, what you can see is we have the intro, which plays through the song and all that, and it says what day it was recorded. And of course, I need to change that from the 17th to today, which is the 24th. And that's pretty much it. One thing I'm going to do in the future here is start editing the text, like what we're talking about, so I can change it to the different subjects every week. So every intro will technically be different, but that's something I'm not doing quite yet. For now, it just goes to our standard gaming Nintendo craziness. Doctor Who's in there. And it's pretty cool. And the intro runs pretty long, actually. Because sometimes it takes me a while to remember to hit the 1 button and change to our first camera. Because I'm an idiot, so it's always good to have that buffer room. And I also have to have the post-show. I'm not going to show you exactly how I do this, but basically I need to find the song of the week. Last week we had the Cave Story with lyrics. And so what it essentially will do is it will fade in the song over a short period of time. So as you can see here is the fade. Bring it up to a full thing. And then when there's a big hit in the songs, when the thing comes up. And here, let's. Did you see the video? So it changes right here. Here we go. Yeah, which is really nice. Anyways, and then I render that out. So I have to render 3 things. I need to render the nameplates, I need to render the intro, and I need to render the outro with the song of the week. And once I do that, it's about plugging it all into XSplit, which we'll do in just a few. All right, so now we have all the things we need to actually make the thing happen. So here we have XSplit, and we have different scenes, and they're pretty much already go. The only thing that's not in place is the camera, because you are seeing the camera footage as we're doing it. So we have our before intro scene. This plays the familiar song. We have our intro, which will play the correct day because we rendered the file to the same location. So that's correct. We have the first camera, which goes through and shows off all of this right here. It shows our different who's actually at the podcast, and I think it looks really nice. And then it changes to say same questions, trivia and songs, podcast. We have a trivia scene. I have to set that up very quickly. Let me just grab a Chrome window here and go to the Twitch chat, and then I basically put it on over here, and I'm able to adjust the shot of this here. Let's get rid of it and recapture. Because when we're doing trivia, the chat is pretty much the most important content a lot of times, so I think it's really cool to have the chat actually typing like their answers and have it on the recording. Because we actually don't see the chat while we're doing the questions, which is really fun. So let me just get that adjusted, and whoop bam. So there we go, and that'll be where our actual footage is. And then we have the trivia end scene. This is the last scene. And while it's a dark screen here, just imagine it being the camera. And the song of the week is there. And so it's all ready to go. So that's pretty much it. XSplit's ready to go. At this point, we just need to make sure we get everybody here, get them into place, make sure they know how to act in front of the camera, and then we're good to go, which might take a while. Maybe another time lapse.
Pursue sex with
Have you had this?
It's relevant to the intro. Right, here we go.
These are very good.
Clapping.
The Temporary Podcast.
Episode 22, recorded on May 24th, 2014.
Hi guys, welcome back. Alex is bald. We're getting that out of the way. And that's pretty much the podcast. I hope you guys really enjoyed this little sneak peek into what goes into it. And remember, even when the podcast is done, the stream isn't. Because we always do Hot House Smash directly afterwards. Smile! Bless you, Andy.
There
Are
we
you
go. I
feeling
got
it,
an
Mr.
actual
Krabs?
kill. There we go.
Are you
I'll
feeling
stop feeling it now, Mr. Krabs.